Hey everybody, welcome back to Pizza with Friends. I have my very special friend Bella with me, a fellow social worker.
What's up?
What's up? We are on day 20.
Hey.
Boom! And what are we doing today, Bella?
We're just strolling around and we're gonna look for our friends to give some pizzas to and get to know them and hang out for a little bit.
Cool. Awesome. Here we go. Hey Bella, where are we going?
We're going to biology.
What are we doing?
We're gonna get some pizzas for our friends.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies first. Hey Belle, what are you writing there? So Bella, where are we going to be heading to?
We're gonna go and get some pizzas to our friends. We're gonna hit the road.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pizza with Friends.
Hey!
Special guest Bella. Today we went out. Sorry for the new studio. We couldn't go back to the studio. We have stuff to do. But today it was super simple. We got to engage and talk with a bunch of our friends that we met today. What did you think about that experience?
Actually, it puts a lot of things into perspective for me. Like, we always talk about like homelessness like as this large systemic issue, but when you go out there and you just meet with people face to face, it doesn't seem that overwhelming, you know. It just seems like sometimes people just need to be heard and feel accepted and feel seen, and I felt like I really got to connect with, you know, the individuals that we got to see today.
Yeah.
The handful of them.
Yeah, it shows like the human side about, you know, with all the things that we've been doing, and that those individuals that we saw out there are humans too. It was pretty cool. So like in going out and engaging with our friends, do you feel like there's something that we could do to kind of like help accelerate the process to help these individuals?
Absolutely. I mean, I think for the most part, from what I know that the government does, and like partnering nonprofit agencies, you know, once a year they do the PIC count, the homeless count, but I think there's discrepancies with that because of how they define what homelessness is, or like what homelessness looks like, and they forget that like homelessness has all these intersections that contribute to a person's situation. And I think if people did that more often, you know, like what we just did, and approached it in a manner like just helping out a friend as opposed to like just helping a homeless person, you know, like I think we can get more of a community buy-in, and it doesn't just become like the government's problem or nonprofit's problem, but it becomes our community helping these pockets of people within these villages, and, you know, approaching it with that human perspective. Yeah, that's what I think.
Awesome. So if you had a message to give out to you know, the public about what you've seen and what you experienced here with Pizza with Friends, how would you convey that in words?
I think the primary message that I would give out to my community, or to the community, is to remember that we're all people and we all have our struggles, and we all are in different chapters of our lives, and we shouldn't base our perspectives simply on our own experiences, because then we limit ourselves from hearing other people and seeing other people. You know, like my threshold for coping with pain, or like my resilience for working through struggles in my life, it's different from yours or from any other person on the street. And if I were to gauge people simply from my own lived experiences, then that in itself is a disservice to my community. So I feel that, like, if people can learn to step out of that comfort zone per se, then they could really affect change just by shifting their perspective and, you know, stopping to really talk to a person. And, you know, I see it often where there's this stigma that, oh, these people on the side of the road, like, you know, they can just get jobs. You know, if they can stand outside for the whole day, then they could stand doing a job. But really, just when you open your windows to give out money, really take a few seconds to really engage with a person, you know, or get out of your car to talk to them. Like, why are they out there?
Yeah.
You know, and it's so much more than just not being able to get a job. And sometimes it takes a little bit more time to get to the root of the cause, but when you do so, it brings so much more to the table, and it allows our community to address this problem. And I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah. And, you know, we saw some of that today with one of our friends. You know, he was in a good spot. He obviously struggling being out here in the environment, but he got a job interview today, and that's a huge step. And it's not, you know, he was thinking big. He wasn't like, you know, I'm just going to do this regular job just to make money. Like, you know, he went to go do something that he wanted to do, you know, at a local dealership, you know, here. And it was, you know, it's impressive to think, like, you know, about their resiliency. Like, you know, he obviously hit some rough times, but he didn't let, you know, that stop him from, you know, living the life that he wants to live by his own means and his own terms, which is really amazing to see and to experience that. And we got to experience it, you know, through the time with the Pizza with Friends. Like, we've met him a couple of times in doing this, and, like, boom, he got a job interview. There's nothing stopping him from, you know, not getting the job. He's at least trying. And, you know, that's the biggest step people need to realize, is you have to make those steps forward in order to move forward. Any final thoughts?
I think the last thought that I have as you were talking, you know, I think for employers, when they see that a person is homeless or, you know, struggling in that manner, you can have a little bit more compassion to help members of the community to be employed and to have sustainable income to support themselves and support their families. I think that would be like a huge step in helping another person transform their life, because, you know, like the old saying, like, you give a person fish or you can teach them how to fish. And this is a perfect example of, like, giving a person the opportunity to, like, help themselves, and, you know, that eventually will help the community at large. Yeah.
And it could be, you know, as easy as someone their drink, you know, real quick. It's a hot day, you're helping somebody out, doing the pizza, going out there. You know, a lot of the friends that we meet, like, they're hungry. Like, they're hungry for a conversation. They're hungry for food, you know, and it's just going out there and helping them with that hunger to kind of, you know, help sustain them. And when we went out today, you know, we talked about just starting a conversation with them, right? We had some anxiety about, like, what to do, and it's just really starting that conversation. And it could be as easy as, like, hey man, did you eat today? Like, and, you know, you break those barriers, you establish that rapport, because they see you as someone, you know, who's caring, who's giving, who's willing to, like, you know, help them out real quick. And you'd be amazed on the kind of conversation that you would have with an individual in that circumstance. But thank you so much for being with us today on Pizza with Friends, day 20. Yeah. And for all the viewers, like, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing it. You know, I definitely been hearing it all over, you know, the place, like, you know, about what, you know, this team is doing, and you know, helping our community, really uplifting their spirits to get them to that next level. And thanks everybody. If you like the content, hit the like over here. If you want to see what's happening, hit the bell, subscribe, hit that heart if you're on Instagram. I don't think we actually did the Twitter, but until the next project. But thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for taking out your time. See ya.